From the 22 News Plus studio, this is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry.
Turn your phone to
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of InFocus. I am your host, Patrick Berry. I'm excited today to have two gentlemen joining me. They are across the desk. We have Michael Kelly and Frank Colicino. We are here talking about the 15th Annual Service Above Self Awards that the Rotary Club of Springfield is hosting at the Hall of Fame coming up Wednesday, December 10th. Gentlemen, thank you both so very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Michael, I want to start with you because you are the president of the Springfield Rotary. Tell me a little bit about Rotary Club.
So the Springfield Rotary Club is a service organization. Our motto is service above self. We do a lot of things in the community, whether we're doing holiday gift drives. Now this month, Toys for the Kids for Support the Gray House. We have various events throughout the year, all Harris Awards, and we're proud to be part of the Service Above Self Luncheon.
So who can be a member of a Rotary Club?
Any business professional lives, works in Springfield. We'd happy to have them as a member.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Frank, let me switch gears to you a little bit because your role as treasurer of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, you're hosting this event, right?
I guess you could look at it that way. But I think more important, I've been chair of the luncheon committee now for, this is our 15th luncheon, but it actually started 16 years ago, and we skipped a year because of COVID. So if it wasn't for COVID, this would have been our 16th luncheon. With the Hall of Fame is one of the best assets in the entire Massachusetts area. It's only one of three in the country. It's the only Hall of Fame in the world, and we have it right here in the city of Springfield. And I think it's my goal to just make sure that the area understands that and appreciates it.
So how important is this event on Wednesday the 10th, Mike?
It's huge. It gives exposure to the Springfield Rotary Club, which is one of the benefits of us being involved with it. And, we use some of the funding from that to do grants for the community, schools, really great work we do.
So Rotarians, it's service above self. How do you, you talked about some of the, the holiday events that you do. What else do you do during the year to give back to your communities?
Well, throughout the year, we'll do different events. Again, fundraising, the Chalk It Up event. We did the Springfield Museum as an example of things that we do. Getting local kids involved. They can do artwork. That was a big success we've done several times throughout the year. We do grants for children, for school materials. We get involved with Dress for Success. So we do a lot of different community events to, again, help the community and make ourselves known.
And Frank, you had mentioned earlier that this luncheon really started 15, 16 years ago. How come only 15, 16 years ago? Because Rotary's been around for, 100 years or something like that, right?
Long time.
Well, it's this luncheon, really the genesis of this luncheon was, if everybody remembers the old Tip-Off Classic,
right,
where we used to have the top teams in the country come in, and it was the kickoff of college basketball season.
Yeah.
The game that we would have here. Well, because of the rule changes of NCAA and things changed. And so then to readjust, we were trying to get some celebration. So the Hall of Fame created this luncheon. And what we wanted to do, we were one of the members of the members of the Hall of Fame was part of Rotary. And so we came up with the idea that, Rotary at that time, 16 years ago, was struggling, and to get membership and to get participation. So we thought, what a good way to get recognition for the hall and help a local service organization. So
Bring it all together in one day.
Bring it all together. And so, so the Basketball Hall of Fame and Rotary got together and created this luncheon. And the luncheon was really to celebrate a UMass game to be done in the area. So it's the Hall of Fame game in Springfield. And so that was why it was created. And from day one, it's been successful. And I attribute most of that success to the committee that we put together, not only of Rotary people, but other people in the community. So in picking the members of the committee, we picked different industry people, different, we have lawyers on the committee, we have bankers on the committee, we have just people who know lots of people,
right,
in addition to Rotary. And so by bringing some visibility to Rotary, it helps the local community, and that's what the Basketball Hall of Fame is here to do. And so that's how it started, and it's been very, very successful.
And Michael, it's all about recognition of the Rotary, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And this year, or every year, you have a handful of awardees that you recognize. How do you determine who gets the awards each year?
So, like Frank said, during our meeting, and then we have discussion about it. And I'll probably put this more on Frank in terms of how they, we pick. Again, excitement for Dr. J. No idea.
Oh, absolutely. And he's a UMass alum.
Yeah, beaming for that one. But Frank, you want to?
Sure. The honorees are actually picked by the committee.
Okay.
And we picked the service above self motto because it's the highest honor that the Rotary Club can give. And so we thought that was appropriate. And the honorees, all of our honorees, display community involvement, not only giving dollar-wise, but participation.
Right.
And on a national basis and on a local basis. So the national honoree is generally picked by the Hall of Fame, namely John DeLeva and his team. And we kind of talk about that on who can we get. And during different meetings that we have throughout the country, we get a lot of Hall of Famers, we get a lot of basketball people, and we run across a lot of people who do some very, very good things for the community nationwide. And so we try to, as we meet people, I would say to John, "Hey, John, I just ran into this Hall of Famer or this basketball great. I'd love to ask him if he would be on a national honoree." And John would say, "Yes, let's do it." Or John would come up with some national honorees. In terms of local, our committee is local. They're all local people. And so we have entree to our local people, and we know who the people who do work. Typically they're successful people, and people
who give back a lot.
And we need those people to give back. They've appreciated the fact that they've been successful in this community, and the community's helped them be successful, and it's their way of giving back to make their community better and have the citizens of this whole area just make it a nice place to live.
Absolutely. We are up on our first commercial break. When we come back, we will talk about this year's honorees. Stay with us.
This is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry. This is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry.
Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of In Focus. I am very excited today to be joined across the desk by Michael Kelly. He is the president of the Springfield Rotary Club, and Frank Colicino. He's treasurer of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and also the CEO of the Colvest Group. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. We're talking about the this year's 15th annual Westfield Bank Service Above Self Awards, which is taking place Wednesday, December 10th, which is coming up in just a few days. Frank, you talked about the genesis of this idea and how it kind of brought the service organizations together to celebrate themselves. And Michael, you mentioned a lot of these guys and women, you don't do it for the recognition. You do it because you want to, because you care about the community. And that sort of leads us into who's being recognized this year. There's a handful of folks. So Michael or Frank, tell me about who's being recognized this year.
Well, on a national basis, we typically would recognize a national figure, well known nationally, but who also does incredible philanthropic things.
Okay.
And typically in the basketball community, a lot of things are geared towards inner city kids. A lot of things are geared towards helping youth groups. And basketball has done so much for a lot of people.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And for especially Dr. J, basketball has catapulted him to levels that he never dreamed of as a small child. And so his feeling is, I've been blessed with this gift of being able to play basketball. And so I want to now, since he's retired, I want to give back and promote the game and help youth. So that would be on the national side. And on the local side, we have Dennis Gagnon and his wife, Nancy, who are incredibly successful people. Most people, when you go into pretty much any restroom in the world,
you see their work.
You see their work, and that's in XL dryers. And
that was all started right here locally in East Long Meadow, correct?
East Long Meadow.
Yeah.
And
a worldwide company right here.
Sure. Now, this year, what's interesting, and not a lot of people know this, but Dr. J and
has dried his hands on an XL hand dryer.
That's true. but also and Dennis Gagnon share the same birthday.
Oh, funny.
And
same year?
Same year.
Same day and year.
And the same school. They went to both of them
UMass.
went to UMass,
Okay.
and were at UMass together. And Dr. J obviously excelled at basketball, but now you have Dennis Gagnon, who a lot of people don't know. They used to call him the Toe. And
toe.
Yeah. And Dennis, he was the kicker on the football team.
Oh. All right.
So they called him the Toe. So he's he's a wonderful, wonderful human being, and cares about not only his own employees,
right,
but cares about the community.
Okay.
Just a wonderful couple. And Nancy, his wife, who is right beside him. So these are the type of people that exemplify what our luncheon is all about. And we like to showcase people. Dennis is not a flashy type of person, and he usually very low key, but you feel his presence through a lot of different local organizations.
So you explained how you found Dr. J.
Yeah.
So how do the Gagnons come about as nominees or honorees? I mean, does somebody have to say, you know what, hey, we need to take a special look at this couple or this person or whomever it might be to become the Service Above Self annual honoree?
Sure. So Michael and a number of other Rotarians and some people on the committee would get together and throw out names.
Okay.
And because we're in the community, we know who, we generally have an idea of who does what. And we talk amongst ourselves, and we say to Rotary, hey, what do you think about this? And they look at it, they talk amongst themselves, and then it's a collaborative effort on who the honorees are.
Okay.
And so it's because we're community based, we know who the people are in
Right,
the community that do incredibly great things. We
Okay.
know who doesn't do good things either, but we focus on the good, not the not so good.
We are up on our second commercial break. We've got more to talk about, so stay with us. We're back after this.
This is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry. This is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry.
Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of In Focus. I'm your host, Patrick Berry. We're here in the 22 News Plus studios. Today, we're talking about the Westfield Bank 15th Annual Service Above Self Rotary Awards. Sitting across the desk from me on your left is Michael Kelly. He is the president of the Springfield Rotary. Michael, thank you very much for joining me. And to your right is Frank Colicino. He is the treasurer for the Naismith on the board of the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame. Thank you again for joining me. There are two honorees in this year's luncheon next Wednesday. Who have unfortunately they've passed, and it's Jim Vinnick and Peter Lappin. Tell me, I'll lob the question out. I'm not sure who has more information on them. Tell me a little bit about these two gentlemen and why they're being honored this year.
I guess I'll take that.
Okay.
So let's start with Peter Lappin. Peter, incredible human being. Just used to be a state rep, and always cared about serving the community. Peter has been on so many nonprofits. He's done so much for the Basketball Hall of Fame. I mean, since its move from Springfield College,
Wow.
and also was big in the spirit of Springfield.
Okay.
Anything that needed any volunteering, Peter
He was the
Lappin
guy.
would do, and he was the guy. You know, it was funny. He would always be in charge of when tip off started,
Yep.
when tip off was going on, and including through this luncheon. He would always be in charge of the desserts. So he would always.
That's sort of my job. That's ideal.
Well, he'd always go. Friendlies was the biggest.
There you go. See, I'm a friendly ice cream guy
There
too.
you go. So he would go and physically get the desserts on the luncheon.
Pick up
date.
100, drop off
Pick up-
75 because
it-
25 didn't make it the whole way.
So he would be. I mean, he was so
Nice.
volunteerism for him was his life, and can't say enough good things about him.
Right.
And he was just a happy-go-lucky guy
Good.
who knew what to do, was willing to work to help the community be better.
And tell me about Jim.
And Jim has been he was a financial consultant, mainly in stock brokerage,
Okay.
and been around a long time. Used to have a show on one of the channels here.
Yeah.
I think it was not this channel.
Yeah, I think it was Channel 40.
Yeah. And so he would help people in the advise them from a financial point of view. And he was here since the inception of the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Wow.
He is again his passion was was basketball. He loved the Hall of Fame. He was treasurer before I became
Okay.
treasurer. So and he always cared about its people, cared about its standing. He was just a tremendous supporter.
Nice.
And not only was he a supporter of the Basketball Hall of Fame, but his biggest the Jimmy Fund was one of his biggest
I forgot
passions.
about that, yeah.
And he spent a lot of time with that, as well as other philanthropic organizations. So the
Two great posthumous recognitions.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. But the big thing is, so the lunch is at noon, and then the big game tips off at 4:30.
It does. Well, it depends on what you call the big game.
The first game tips off at 4:30, right?
Correct. So the first game is Albany versus Yale.
Yep.
And that tips off at 4:30, or 4 or 4:30.
I think it's 4:30. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
the big game, the highlight game, is UMass against BC.
okay.
And I think this is the first time BC has played in Springfield.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Since 1990.
Oh, okay.
And coincidentally, at that game,
In 1990?
it was the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, funny. Okay.
And they played UMass. So in that game, UMass won by a couple of points.
So it's a rematch.
So it's a rematch. Now they have been to the west, excuse me, the western part of the state, just not in Springfield. They've either played
The Mullins Center.
at the Mullins Center,
Curry Hicks Cage before that.
right.
Right.
So this is exciting, and what we've done is we've actually have some donors locally who are providing tickets for inner city kids in Springfield,
Nice.
and just any kid. And we've contacted the local schools, not only in Springfield but surrounding communities.
Good.
And our local people have bought blocks of tickets so that they can provide kids, whether it be junior high school, or anybody who's
Nice.
interested in sports and basketball, to come to the Mass Mutual Center and watch the game. It will be exciting.
Absolutely. Michael, are you a basketball fan?
Hardcore.
All
Absolutely.
right. So are you going to throw the first jump ball or whatever the ceremonial?
I would love to, but the ankle might used to be. So
I'm sure you still got game. I don't. It's an age thing.
My son likes to play basketball. My oldest son.
Okay.
And I can't hang.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Not
It's still a fun sport. It's it's like Frank said. You get the kids out there. That's what's most important. Get the kids, understanding the value of sport if they're not already involved in sport, and seeing how these college kids play. And it's all supporting the Hall of Fame. It sounds like a wonderful, wonderful day, from the luncheon at noon right through till roughly 10 o'clock at night at the Mass Mutual Center. So.
Very good. Michael is such a big basketball fan that he brought his basketball. Show him your basketball, will you?
Look at that! Look at that!
Right here.
And he made sure that I had one as well. So we've got we've got a little prop here just to make sure.
I love it.
It'll be a fun time.
Absolutely. Just to clarify, tickets for the luncheon are sold out, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but tickets for the game, there's still plenty. We shouldn't say still plenty, but there's still tickets available.
There are tickets available for the game, and we encourage the community to come out, and it's in support of not only the teams that are playing, but the Hall of Fame,
absolutely,
Rotary, the community. When we have games in downtown, all the local area restaurants and merchants, everybody benefits. And so this is what we're trying to create. And so we have tickets that are available, and again, for those groups in cities that want to, if they have a bunch of kids, that
bring them down.
Call us.
Fantastic.
And we'll make sure that you'll get in.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you both so very much. You do great work with the Rotary.
Thank you.
Frank, thank you again for all the work you do for the Hall of Fame. Folks, Mass Mutual Center website is where you can get the tickets. See ya.
This is 22 News in Focus with Patrick Berry.